1. The poverty trap. You're always just getting by. One of the worst parts of being on ODSP is that it keeps you in a cycle of poverty. Even though it's meant to help, the monthly income, around $1,308 per month for a single person in 2025, is barely enough to cover rent and groceries, let alone transportation, phone bills, or emergencies. You're constantly forced to choose food or medication, rent or clothing. There's no cushion, no breathing room, and certainly no room to save for the future. Any extra income from work is clawed back at a 75% rate after the first $1,000 per month, which makes working feel pointless to many. You're left stuck, too sick or disabled to work full-time, but not poor enough to get more help. It's not that ODSP isn't helpful, it's that it's not enough to live with dignity. This creates stress, anxiety, and constant uncertainty. You're surviving, not thriving. 2. The constant fear of losing your benefits. Living on ODSP means living in fear of paperwork, audits, and mistakes. Even a small change in your situation, like moving in with a partner, receiving a gift, or earning a few extra dollars, can trigger a reassessment or even a suspension of your benefits. There's a constant anxiety that one wrong form, one missed call, or one misunderstood rule could take away your lifeline. People often avoid working or entering relationships because they're scared of losing their supports. This fear-based system discourages people from improving their lives because progress can come with punishment. Add in the fact that ODSP rules are often vague and inconsistently enforced, and recipients are left feeling like they're walking on eggshells. There's no security, no peace of mind. Just a lingering sense that you're always one misstep away from disaster. 3. Stigma and social isolation. Being on ODSP often comes with a social cost. People judge you. There's a toxic stereotype that if you're on disability, you're lazy or faking it. This is especially hard for those with invisible disabilities like mental health conditions, chronic pain, or neurological disorders. Friends and even family may not understand or may question your need for support. As a result, many people withdraw and isolate themselves to avoid criticism, shame, or uncomfortable questions. Social isolation leads to depression, anxiety, and deeper mental health struggles. And when you feel like a burden or an outsider, it becomes even harder to advocate for yourself or push for change. The emotional toll of constantly feeling misunderstood, disrespected, or unseen is one of the most painful parts of life on ODSP. You're not just poor, you're treated like you're not worth helping. 4. The dehumanizing bureaucracy. Applying for and staying on ODSP often feels like being caught in a dehumanizing machine. You have to fight to prove you're disabled enough. You fill out form after form, retell your trauma over and over, and hope that someone in an office believes you. The system rarely feels supportive. It feels cold, slow, and indifferent. Calls go unanswered. Letters are vague or delayed. And when you need something urgently, like a rent increase adjustment, mobility device, or special diet, you're often told to wait months for approval. The process of constantly justifying your existence takes a deep emotional toll. It's exhausting. People with complex medical needs are expected to act like case managers, lawyers, and administrators all in one. You're already dealing with a disability, and now you're expected to navigate a maze just to get basic support. It's not just inefficient, it's inhumane. 5. No real path forward. Perhaps the hardest part of being on ODSP is the feeling that there's no way out. There's no clear path to becoming financially independent without risking everything. If you try to work, your income is clawed back. If you try to save money, you might exceed asset limits and lose your benefits. Education or retraining programs are limited. And there's Northwest system in place to help you gradually transition off ODSP when your health improves. It's all or nothing. This creates a sense of hopelessness for many recipients. You're stuck in limbo, not well enough to thrive, but not supported enough to grow. For younger people, it feels like life is on pause. For older recipients, it feels like this is all there is. The lack of opportunity, flexibility, and support to change your situation is what makes ODSP feel like a dead end instead of a launch pad.